So we have 3 new ISBNPA fellows. We have Frank Van Lempke, Deanna Holster, and again, Pedro. So please join me in congratulating our new fellows.
So it really gives me great pleasure to introduce Professor Martin Hager for our keynote on an integrated behaviour change model for physical activity. Please welcome Martin.
Thanks very much, Stuart. And the first line of my talk was actually to say, if I don't get a standing ovation at the end, it'll really undermine my self-esteem. You really gave me a standing ovation, so thanks very much. My esteem's through the roof. It's a real honour to be asked to present at such a prestigious meeting, and in the UK, my home country as well. And I think Scotland still counts as being part of the UK, last time I looked. I moved to Australia recently, so I think I can be forgiven for not being up to scratch on politics. I'm really grateful to the International Society, their management and scientific committees, for the nomination here, including Pedro Taxera, Nanette Moutry, Cornel van der Rot, and Andy Anderson for organising such a successful meeting as well. As Stuart intimated, I recently moved to Australia to Curtin University, where I head up a new health psychology and behavioural medicine research group. And it's work at that group and previously that I'll be talking about.
Hi, who are you?
Hello, I'm Heather McKinnon. I'm a PhD student from Leicester, working for the Leicester Clinics Institute, and this is my first ISBNPA.
And what did you like most?
It's really nice to come somewhere where we're talking about all the same concepts, and I've learnt loads, and everybody's been really friendly and nice, which is really great.
Right.
It's been really encouraging and lovely.
I'm reasonably confident that if anyone can help us in this field, it is today's keynote speaker. And I'd like to introduce you to Professor Campbell.
Thank you very much, Frank. That's very, very kind. So, a couple of months ago, my 7-year-old daughter said to me very earnestly, "Mum, I never want you to die." And she then followed up with a question. So, looking at me expectantly, she asked, "So what's the best thing you can do to stay alive?" So, naturally, as a scientist, I began considering my answer in light of various forms of data. I thought, what does the evidence tell me is the best thing that I can do to stay healthy and to prolong my life? And one of the first forms of evidence that came to mind was burden of disease data. And I started thinking about, historically, this kind of data tells us that not smoking is a key factor that might contribute to a healthy life and to longevity. But more recently, and obviously working in the areas that we do, I started considering the role of various dietary components and their potential contribution to good health. I also thought about physical activity and how we know that that's a polypill for just about everything. And I started thinking about the emerging field of research in sedentary behaviours, and that perhaps sitting less might be the key factor that could preserve our health and longevity. And then I started thinking about our ageing population, and how things like depression and dementia are having increasing burdens, and I started thinking that perhaps keeping our brains and mental health well would be the best thing to keep us alive and well. So I pondered on all of this, and on which of these I might tell my daughter was the most important determinant of staying alive and staying well. And in fact, the most important thing we can do is not on this screen at all. Rather, the most important determinant whether we lead a healthy long life is where we sit on the social scale.
Hi, who are you?
I'm Cormac Powell. I'm from the University of Limerick in Ireland.
How many ISBNPAs have you been before?
This is my first one.
Right, and what did you like most?
I quite like the fact that there's a wide range of topics covered over the space of a few days. So it gives plenty of opportunity to go to different areas that are relevant to my line of research, but also areas that not necessarily something I'm looking at, but give me future food for thought as I go along to my own research.